Yo, gang. What up, what up, what up? Mic check. Okay, we're working. Good. Let's get rid of the session trades. How's everybody doing? Let's fill up. Got a 30 closure coming up here in 2 minutes. But we're still at a 30 resistance. All right, so our daily closed bullish yesterday. We've already made a bottom wick today. And we flipped. So chances are, if we're able to find a support, we will continue up. And a support we have found. Now can we close above a resistance? Because we just filled the range with that support. Yeah, I think in this case, as long as we close above the most recent, we should be good. And the most recent was the 5 making this level up here. The 30's closing here. I think it's going to respect the 30 level. Yeah, and you have this little shoulder area to the left, right? Left, right. This area, you broke the highs. Now as you close back below this area, respecting it, if you get a bearish closure at this point, right? You get something like this. Then the next candle, we will probably look for sells to finish the range down. But that is a strong closure on the 30 at a support. So ideally, I think we want to push up here and close above that area, above 2508, because that's going to give us the fastest entry in terms of like the sooner entry. If we do this, we have all of this range to the left to fill once we start closing above there, and it's clean. Very, very clean. But if we start breaking down here, it's going to take quite a few candles for us to get an entry, because we're going to need either a range 2 breakout, or we're going to need to break it to range 2 and then retest range 1. So there's quite a few candles that would have to print. The 30 closed here. It's got a top wick that we didn't open up with a top wick. This is interesting. Really want to see how we react up here. If we start closing above it, this is looking like a 4-hour closure for entry. We might be looking at the next 4-hour. Look how bullish this 4-hour was right off support. How much was this? You know what? We might have an entry before the 4-hour. I want to see how we close at this area, because we might just push through. We don't have any news, right? So it's price action type of day. There's really no catalyst for news besides New York Open and NYSE. Comics we already had. New York Open we already had. NYSE, and then London close. Let's get rid of this. Look for target wise. So we will see a reaction at this area. I think we're seeing it right now as the market's kind of wicked off of it. What this reaction does, right, how it plays out, will really determine what we do. No bottom wick on the 1 hour. Yeah, that's all right because it's highly unlikely we're coming back there. I got stuck in some rain today, chat. Yeah. I took my kids to school early today. I had some time before the stream, so I took them to school early and still ended up getting stuck because it started pouring rain. And I don't know what it is about people and when it starts pouring rain, but it's like they forget how to drive or what it is, or maybe their like senses get worse. They don't have the feel for the cars, or maybe they're putting on makeup. I stopped at a red light. I looked to the right and it was a woman putting on makeup. And then I looked to the left and it was a woman doing her eyebrows. And then I look in the rear view mirror and it was a woman putting on lipstick. And I called my wife and I was like, yo, if I don't make it home, this is why. And I started panicking. I put my phone on speed dial on 911. And I was like, all right, some bad shit's going to go down right now. But as soon as it hit green, I floored it. And then I looked behind me, and they were all still there on that green light putting on makeup and shit. I was like, oh, that's fucked for everybody else behind them. I got saved by the makeup. Anyway, and something happens to people when it's really hot. It's like it burns them out. Like if as soon as it gets really hot, people just get really slow. Chat, if you notice, we had a massive amount of subs after 3 dubs yesterday. We actually lost subscribers. I don't know how YouTube manages to do that, but we're still at 26.1K. How do we get 3 dubs in a stream and lose subscribers? Man. This YouTube thing's pretty shit. I don't know how. Ever seen a gator out on the street? Yeah, plenty of times. Sorry, wrong button, gang. Wrong button.
It's because I'm weird, isn't it?
Anyway, let me tell you, chat. Like, I got an issue with this, YouTube. Oh, we gained one. Chat, we are 10 subs away. Can we get 10 more subs to get to 26.2? We are 10 subs away. Bro, we back at 26.1. You guys thought I was playing when I said YouTube was doing this shit. Let's get this shit to 26.2. Let me know when it's there, gang. I think everybody here is subbed, and then go share. Comics is moving the market. You know, it's about time we move because this range here sucked. This was annoying. Make chat for subs only? No. Share to whom? I don't know any traders. I'm waiting on these closures, chat. Let's look at the higher time frame here. It's kind of funny because the hourly and the 4 hour, I think the 4 hour held. Yeah, right here. I thought we were heading down at this point to retest the lows last night. Yeah. We got 20 minutes here on the 4 hour candle, right? And if we close like this, like we are right now, we might have entries on the bottom wick on the next 4 hour if we're able to tap 2507. We want this to push up. We want this to have as strong a push as possible. Because we also want this to pull back, and if we wanted to pull back and have a top wick, we would need this to, and close above 2510 here, we would need this to push. This is minor here, the 2510, but it's not minor. It's an hourly level, but I think overall in the next 4 hour we should push up, which means, and we already have a bottom wick here, right? It's 2 ranges ago. Yeah, we're gonna want the next 4 hour to have a bottom wick. We need 250 likes to unlock chat for everyone. People will do it on their own. Just, I think people need to show up and interact. Because by the time we get 250 likes, it's gonna be like half the stream. People need to interact, and a lot of them, like newbies, have questions. Is 30 in a 1 hour not having a bottom wick matter at this point? Not really. I mean, because it's just noise. Excuse me. We can't utilize this no bottom wick here. Like, there's no advantage, no edge here. Like, yeah, we see it, but there's no edge here for us to play. Switch from Asian to New York because there's more volume, more opportunity, stronger drives, more catalysts. You guys are here. I like the stress in the morning. Wake and bake and trade. Nothing can beat that. I don't know. Pick a reason. Sorry, haven't been active in a good minute. What up, Jay? Come here to mute everybody. That's a W. Recently, the price action has been terrible in New York. Yeah, especially yesterday. How'd you guys do yesterday? Javier, how did you do yesterday? I know you guys had a W on stream because by the time I hopped on, I saw you guys in profits. Rich Manny Freon reporting for duty. What are you covering for Eddie for the week? Got the AC market covered. You got 2 W's last night? I got 2 dubs last night, got bills to pay. My bank let me withdraw. The daily break his high. Can we see a continuation to the upside? Yeah, we can. Like re-break its own high. It's looking like it. But we're just pushing, right? Like you guys said, there's no bottom wick. We're just pushing up. And maybe this pullback is kind of acting as a bottom wick, as a right pullback, drive up. But we want it to happen in a snap, like a slingshot, right? So we want to be in the volume candle. It's very hard to predict this volume candle to the upside, right? But once it closes and leaves some range, it becomes a bit easier to do that. Because if we get a bottom wick and then flip, we're filling the range to the upside. GG's a girl, girl's a boy. I'm pretty sure they're non-binary. So the rebreak at a high might push. Push. Come on, push like you're pregnant. Let's go. Push like you in labor. Yeah. A push, a pullback, a top wick. Could be lovely. No top wick on that 15. But we closed above. Might see a quick pop up. Right? It grabbed that little bottom wick. But not much range because of that previous closure. So let's wait for this to actually leave a top wick. So let's see if this can push up further, leave a top wick so we can be a little more confident in the trade, right? Yeah, grab that lovely bottom wick on the 5. Looks you smoke up yet? We need that lucky luck for the price action. Actually, I rolled my J, but I haven't smoked it yet. I'm lying. I smoked half that shit on school property. Just kidding. Just kidding, Mr. Rivera. I would never do that shit at your school. Without you. I was trying to bring it back to my, to my high school days when I'd smoke up with the security guards. I was outside like, yo, man, you smoke? Security guard got some long dreadlocks. He looked at me. Nah, man. I was like, yo, lose the accent. You ain't even Jamaican right now. Pushing it. Pushing it. And in it. Ten minutes. 10 minutes. Yo, Eddie left at a perfect time for weather-wise. He's on a cruise, and Florida has been fucked the last few days. Got in at 25.03. Ooh. That's cute. Very cute. That 5 closed bearish, but respecting. You might see this 5 flip and come up. It's kind of interesting. No top wick on it. You might. You might not. Yeah, I think just because of this level right here, we want to see a closure above 25.1027. At the Gabriel? All right. It's better than Don. I don't know how he managed to do that. He said, he's like, yo, I'm coming through. I was like, all right, great. Where you staying? He's like, Hialeah. Is that bad? I was like, nah, that's one of the top zip codes. It's one of the top areas. Like, if you're coming to Miami, you really want to make sure you're either in Hialeah or Liberty City. That's the fun places. Because, like, that's where it's really safe to walk around, right? Sunny Isles is the spot. You're in Sunny Isles, Mr. Scotty? Oh, yeah? Which building? Between Toronto and Sunny Isles? Oh, all right. Which building? Are you in one of the little motels that the Canadians rent? Like, are you in for seasonals, or are you in like the Winston Towers? Kings Point. Oh, all right. All right. Yeah, I know exactly where you stay. I know exactly where you stay, bro. I had my jet ski. My jet ski dock was Hullover Beach. You know the Hullover docks across the street from the nude beach. They got boat and jet ski docks. It's like a 10-year waiting list to get into that dock. I sold my jet ski with the spot. Yeah. So I know that area very well. I was there. I was there all the time. Five minutes here for the 4-hour close. Back in the day, you get a motel spot on the beach, 15. They've bought out most of those little 2-floor motels because they've built massive building. I think they've built Turnberry Isle on there. I think they built the Porsche Tower on top of the little, you know. And then they built another Aquilina. Aquilina's insane. That's the only 5-star building in all of Miami. And Messi lives there, right? In Sunny Isles. When you make some good money from trading, take it and invest it in something good. Yeah, like Airbnbs. Yeah, you gotta pay yourself, but it doesn't mean you gotta withdraw money for lunch, right? How many Airbnbs do you have? 3. Did you bought or rent Airbnb? I mean, rent my Airbnb. No, it's bought. I got mortgages on them. Stayed at the Blue Moon Hotel. Hey, the Blue Moon Hotel. Sounds borderline dangerous. What happened when people mess around at the Airbnb? Yeah, I call police and kick them out. Two minutes for the 4-hour. Remember, we said we wanted a push, a strong push. It's pushing now. We want a pullback as well. We need a top wick. Trying to take my wife to trapeze. Stupid. You think housing rates will go down? Yes. Prices of houses will go up. Because, you know, the owners, the property owners or house owners, they'll realize that people are now able to go get, right, a loan from the bank, and they're more, once people get loans from the bank, that means they're getting loans to buy, right? So people will jack up the prices. As soon as the rates drop, the prices will go up. Would you let your followers book your Airbnbs? I mean, you'd have to find them. Like, if you find it and book it, congratulations. You might get a chance. You might have a chance to run into me or bump into me. Back, we had like 55 pips roughly in both trade. Each one or like combined? Well, it doesn't matter, right? 55 pips is good. We're going to close really bullish on this 4 hour. I want this shit to pull back. 30 seconds here. Damn, that's the daily just pushing. All right, can we get a small bottom wick? I'm gonna take a buy right here as we're getting a bottom wick right there. I just took a buy. I'm expecting a top wick to be made here or bounce off a resistance, and we've closed with a lot of bullish momentum, so I think that resistance before a drive back in range is warranted. We are in a position, wait, right there. Really looking to this area, 25.14.9, that's roughly 10 pips. And if we start coming down, there's a really strong bullish push. I think we'll have a pretty decent opportunity for pineapples. I think because of there's no top wick, there's a chance this pulls back, but we're going to need top wicks in order to come down. Did we re-break the high? All right, closing half here at 10. I'm going break even on my second position. Well, on the other half. Not on my second position. So we closed half at 10 and we are BE here at this point. Remember we said the advantage point here was exactly 10 pips. So it's either going to blast right through it or it's going to come back. Make sure if you have a runner here, you're at very least house money because you don't have a top wick and you just bounced off a resistance. Okay. Let's see if we can re-break the highs or we come back down. That hit the B on the runner, so 10 pips. 10 pips. You got to be very careful here on the buys because of no top wick indicating no more range, right? And it closed it right at this area, so. Yeah, small wins add up. Okay. So what we're waiting on now is closures, right? We waited on the strongest closure of our session, and that indicated that there's no more range. If there is to be range, now we need the smaller time frames to come up here, create top wicks, or we're going to push heavily down like we have previously. If you look a little bit to the left here, right, we can see that this was an area from which we just came straight down. There's a chance it does that here after a top wick. The top wick was our advantage point. It's reflipped bearish, so the chance of it coming down increases, right? But it's not a guarantee. That's why we're not in here. Oh, if chance coming down increases, why don't we enter? Because it's still not like 70-30 or, you know, a high probability. You're still kind of 50-50 here. Go both ways. Close half at 10, calling it 10 pips. Yes, it drove 10 pips. You could have managed it by closing full, closing half, however you want. It's the very idea of the trade. That was not 10 pips. That gave me exactly 10 pips on the dot. We can go to the signal channel and we can actually check. It gave me 10.1 pips. So how I trade is I open two positions, right? I always open two positions, and I always, well, typically I'll close one at the very next advantage point. So I closed one of my positions at 10 pips, and the second position went and hit BE. Entry was 2513.7. Exit was 2514.7. Two trades, 5 pips each, caught 10. W. Doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. What matters is the amount of money in your checking account. That's what matters. So you open two 5 lots. Since, I don't know if I told this, but since September 1st, since the start of September, I opened two 10 lots. So when you're hearing him enter, you're already 5 seconds behind. That makes a difference. Yeah, if we only have 10 pips and you hopped in, you know, for 5, it makes a difference. Jump on the Zoom side. Javi, into the Zooms you go. Market mechanic. We got to call you M&M. Can anyone join the Zoom? No, because then the Zoom would crash. You would have to be a member. when a candle bounces off resistance, so it usually drives down. What do you mean? So we're seeing right now, we bounced off resistance, we're coming down. Is it the drive, or will we find a support and continue up? I don't know. But we will see. Mango marmalade, this guy's obsessed. You know how many viewers we had yesterday? 666. So many concurrents we had. Is your win rate 75? I don't know, count it. You do the math. Fuck, sorry. You like cars? Yeah, those Honda CR-Vs really turned me on. Be careful here. Let's see a reaction here to come back down. This very candle might flip bearish. The one that's pulling up right now. Be careful. But if we push through, it should be really nice. If I come to Miami, could we meet up and smoke? We could. It's a possibility. It all depends on what I have going on. Oh, that's what we just spoke about. Be careful. This candle could just reflip bearish here. Be very careful. My wife Russian. She speaks Russian, but she's from Kyrgyzstan. You still heavily bullish on gold till end of the year? Yeah, I think we'll be at 3,000 by end of the year. I mean, that's what I said when we were at like 1,800. Or no, like in the beginning of this year, wherever we were in January, I said we're going to be at 3,000 by the end of the year. So let's go to... Where were we? Yeah, right here. This candle. When it started driving down in January, I was like, yep, we're just grabbing a bottom wick. January's going to push, and it didn't. January, February, see the beginning of the year, what kind of ranged. And then March took off. April, May. Everything started driving. Eddie, how's your cruise? Привет, братва. What's the deal, uproar? Want to go hiking in Kyrgyzstan? Don't really want to go to Kyrgyzstan. They have a nice lake though, the Issyk. It's a really cool lake. Go to the Cayman Islands, hanging out on the balcony. Nice. What was the buys? Right here, this top wick. We played this top wick. Dui Nguyen. You're Vietnamese. You are Viet. Be patient, chat. First 15 of the Sourly's closing, right? This 4-hour candle. We have NYC open in 15 minutes. It's going to bring in some volume. Let's see if we can play the volume, but this needs to set up somehow. We're going down for comp play. Not sure what that is. $15 closed bearish, but it closed bearish respecting this area to the left where we drive up from. So maybe we get a bottom wick. We got a small one right now and push up. That would be lovely. Be lovely all around. Except for the news, do you use a 1-minute chart? No, only in the first 5 minutes of the news. Oh, you grew up on the border. Very nice. Very nice. It was a heavy push up here. We're gonna have to either retest these highs, 25.15, and then re-break the lows. Right, so if the 30 can close a little more bearish, right? If this is the next 15, then the 30 will close like this, right? This will be the 30 candle here. These two candles. And if we get that, and we're able to retest the highs here, I will look for sells because of a retest of the highs, and that's the only way I can sell out of range 1. But if we don't get that retest, and we continue down, right? This push here, we'll need to establish a support, create a range 2, something like this, and then if we're able to hold this area, get a top wick and flip bearish, we will look for the price to come down here. Entry would be the flip, and this candle is the advantage point. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so now we wait. Now we wait. Yeah, we have some range to come up here, and there's a level here, but this is a level, a resistance level. But for more buys, we'd want a closure above 2515.4 here, because every time we close above, we push up. Closed above. See this candle right here? Closed above right there. Push up. Right, just pushed up. Respected, pushed up. So every time we close above this area, we push up. And if that's the case recently, then if we get this, we're gonna fill the range. Would make sense to take buys if we just get a drive to 2509. No, not if it's just driving down. You're going to need to establish a support. 2509, that's a range 2 breakout. Like, I'll be bearish at that point. If we come back 2509, my bias will switch. My immediate bias will switch. We got 10 minutes for NYC chat. Give me a couple of minutes. You know the deal. I'm not gonna be a long time, but give me a sec. This joint's calling my name. You guys hear him? Smoke me! Smoke me! I'm coming, bro. Coming. Don't panic. I got you. About to get smoked. Wait. Give me my phone. Oh, coming up, coming up. All right. Come on, lighter. Just got you. Just got an ounce from Oregon, and it's fire gonna inhale. Exhale. Uh-oh. 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 Get rid of the echo. Cup and handle? I don't even know what that means. My squirrels are back. I got no mangoes, bro. Taking you to Javi's house. Pack your shit. He's got the jams. Hey, yo. You got some mango jam? I'm bringing you 3 squirrels with suitcases. Fix your bones? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Max. No cough, no high. Oh, there's a high. Anybody from Georgetown? What, like the Hoyas? The university? Or like Jamaica? Oh, like in the real? Fix the bones like in the real? No, it's a different cat. Cayman Islands, Jamaica, potato, potato. You're on a Jamaica cruise. That's why I said Jamaica. Crackhead. Well, thank you for that outburst. It's all right, chat. Tourette's. We gotta be nice to people. We gotta be nice to people. You gotta be nice to people. That's what I say to myself in the mirror before the stream starts. We gotta be nice to people. We gotta be nice to people. Yeah, Tourette's seeping through over there. He's just trading. He's like looking for a position. Crackhead! Fuck. Mile West Side to SFLD Detroit. All right. Yep. 2 minutes here for the 30 to close. NYSE open. Created a bottom wick here already, right? We bounced off of support. Really want a closure above, but shit. What is it doing? It's closing above the most recent, right? And if you put this here, is that where we tapped? 30 pip way. Me wave. Oh, day. 30 pip day on that. Why are you always one letter off, bro? I've never seen you post a full message from beginning to end completely correct. This guy's always a letter off, and then he always blames it on his keyboard. He's on vacation on a cruise. Your keyboard's not there. It's you. It's you, bro. You gotta get that middle. No, that's the ring finger. The ring finger working properly. $20 here, this 30 to close. Looks like a lit candle for now. And this level to the left. Oh, leaving a top wick. I don't like it. I do not like that. Oh, and there he goes with the R word, bro. Come on. Come on. New rules? No, just try not to use the R word. YouTube doesn't like it. Yeah, I don't care what you call it, just don't use the R word. Four-hour rebreaking the lows. That's why I didn't like it. Is it going to re-break the highs once again? Well, here's the thing, actually. Look, if the 30 here doesn't break that previous 30 low and flips, it's technically creating a higher high and a higher low. Now that it's created a higher low. That 4-hour did us dirty, right? That closure will make me skeptical for the next 4 hours of buys. Yeah, it's not great price action. Look how we closed out the 4-hour. The last 30 had no bottom wick and no top wick. Typically when that happens, you'll get a full refill of that candle, whether it's a bottom wick to then drive up or just drive down. You'll typically get a refill of this candle. So free refills, free refills. Right? Because this candle itself is the range now, right? There's no wicks, and the candle itself, it's one strong drive. It's a clearance of the range. It's just a clean range, this whole candle. Wicks are candles, but so are wicks are ranges, but so are candles. Candles are ranges also, right? When you look at a clean range, when you look to the left, you're like, oh, look at all this range, right? You're like, that's clean, that's clean. That's a range as well. Candles are ranges as well. The thing is with momentum, right? When you're driving, you don't look to play the candle. You look to play the wick. That's what it's called, the wick fill, not the candle fill. And this is a range fill. The music, oh, we probably need to go to flip back to side A. Mod's slacking. But if it re-breaks the previous low, like, yeah, can definitely drive up. I mean, can definitely drive down. I think the key here will be the re-break of its own low. $15 flip? No, I'm not looking to play the 15 flip right now. Because I'm not too confident in this area right here across the board. Just a lot of shit in the way. I honestly would like this to come down, and then I won't worry about the 4 hour. I would like this to give us range to breakouts and come back down to 2,500. Before I wanted buys before the 4 hour closure, but once that 4 hour close like that, I want sells, but I want a closure as well. The no top wick on a 30, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. Oh, it just rebroke its own low. There you go. The hourly rebroke its own low. I'm sure a whole bunch of people had sell stops there. You saw some kind of reaction. So, look, you kind of have the motion happening here. All you need, really... Wait, the 5 opened? Look at the 5. Let's look at the 15. No, let's look at the 5. Right, so we see this. We see this. A retest of this area, that's the motion playing out, right? So if we can retest that area, I would look for positions. If we don't and we just continue down, then like I'm not in here. I would like this to pull back up and give us entries. If it doesn't, you have range 1, range 2. Right? Anything above here should be good to fill this, right? To fill that area. And then anything below this area should be good to come down. And the only way we can trade before we reach 25.10, as I've said before, is if we establish a support and drive off a resistance. Well, the key is to drive off a resistance, but how do you drive off a resistance if you're coming down already? You'd need to establish a support, right? Even if it's on a higher time frame. Most of the time. Sometimes New York will give enough volume where it doesn't create that support, it just taps those price points within the same candle. It'll do this, it'll come up, tap this area, and then it'll drive down without actually establishing any kind of closures, right? It'll do it in one candle, but ideally, that's what you want. You want those price points to be tapped, and you want to be driving off a resistance. Boom, boom, like that. Right, for now, when you have a range 1 breakout, you are likelier to come back in range, which is what it's doing now. But if it holds this area, right, we close below this, we get a top wick to this area, and then we flip, we will look for positions on the flip. $90 seconds here for this 5. This is NYSE open. So we expect some volume in the next 5 to 10 minutes for the market to for market to start pushing with the volume time of the session. Yeah, it came up, but just didn't. I guess tap this area. That's not what I want to see. I want to see a higher time frame resistance. So it's doing what we said. It's filling the body of this previous candle because that's the range. Well, for now, it's doing that. Five closed, no bottom wick. Might see a reaction here. Might not. Okay, good. That's the reaction. Now will it come back up or will it continue driving? Game professionally in Vegas. I mean, gamble. No gamba. Technically have your range 2 breakout here on the smaller time frame. Is this a 15? It's a 15 closure. And that respected. Huh, that's interesting. How much is this flip? Stay advantage, 8 pips. Yeah, I was thinking about this flip here, but I'm not too convinced because that previous 15. I think I'd want something stronger than a 15 to close here bullish. We only have a 5 bullish candle. This is like a hobby position, right, Javier? You'll probably be in here on the break of the highs. Don't like the higher time frames, 15, 30. Still all bearish. Oh, you waiting on the hourly close? 13 minutes. That's right. 13 minutes. Be patient. Don't be a patient. Be patient. Don't be sick of the charts. How's it going? What up, Jonathan? You looking 25.05? I'm looking at the daily here. I think we could see 24.97 today if we re-break the lows. It all depends how strong this level was here. Yeah, 2500 has been a strong resistance previously. It could now be a good support. You're not wrong. Looking to see if we can catch a re-break of the lows here, because the next hourly is going to need to make a bottom wick. That 5 closed bearish. That's the range. Broke there, huh? Give me a top wick. Give me a top wick. Nope, she's gonna continue. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, we have it that top wick now. So if we re-break this low, I'll take a sell. So I got a sell stop on the re-break of this candle low. All right, we are activated. All right, I'm expecting to fill the range down. Remember, I said I want a top wick. If it makes a top wick, we'll take the re-break. So just stuck an entry. Whoa, closing here at 12 pips. I'm going to close full here before the hourly closes. Boom, 12 pips. Congrats. So now that we've tapped this area, 2507, if you look to the left, this is a higher time frame area where we bounce off of and we drive up. So we've closed here. Sorry it happened too quickly. I didn't even get a chance to actually post it, but it was a nice drop here. So closed full there at 12. And very simple here, right? That's why we waited for that top wick. It came down, it broke the low, and we said, hey, it's going to make that top wick, and if it drives up, great. We'll, no harm, no foul. But a re-break of the low will give the candle a top wick. It's bouncing off something, right? That's when you're getting that slingshot, and that's what we wanted. We don't want drawdown. We want the slingshot, and it just dropped straight down to the support here. Once it tapped this area 2506 that we have marked off, I just closed full. We're coming up on 5 minutes or 6 minutes to go in this hourly candle, right? Typically, if we wanted to continue down, you're going to want this candle to pull back and leave a bottom wick, and the next candle to come up, create a top wick. So if we're expecting a pullback on the next hourly, right? If it's going to continue down, let's secure and wait for it. The key is to catch the volume candle. That's what we always try to do, is catch the volume candle. It's not what we always get, right? Some of you'll enter and it'll fucking, it'll be some fuckery involved before it goes, but we got it here. It kind of set up pretty easily for us, right? It broke the low first, so it broke this range low, and then we said, can we get a top wick, right? A top wick and a re-break of the low will give it that volume. See, and the advantage point also played pretty on point here, because once we're at this area, advantage point is not price point, it's just a general, it's a range around it, right? And it got here with momentum and pulled back. And we understand, right? It's not just from here price comes up. We also understand that for price to continue, it's going to need to leave a range, and the next hourly is going to need to grab a top wick and drive. Is your news trading on a 100% win rate? No. we've taken 2 losses. Well, I've taken 2 losses. I think the chat's taken 1, because one of my losses was the difference in price in the broker and trading view here, but a lot of you had the trading view price. Love making money before you go to work. That's the point. So eventually you don't even have to go to work. Win number 207. Slow and steady wins the race. Wins the marathon, right? This isn't a sprint, this is a marathon. Thumbnail game at its peak. Thank you. Have a nice day, Jamil. I was looking earlier to just have a buy limit at this area, so I had it marked off like this. But as we're coming down, I think the sells look better than the buy limit, because the buy limit would have been a long-term play here. Like long-term, I mean like a longer play, like maybe the next hour. We could have sat here for another hour. There's a chance we were gonna. There's a high chance we still tap 2,500. But there's a chance we blow straight through this 2,500. But if we were gonna react, these are the 2 areas. It's 2,507. 2505 and 2500, 3 areas. Right, this is probably very clear here because it's the 4 hour. Get used to seeing that, or get used to recognizing it, because that'll help you with your analysis if you're not sure, right? When we say when in doubt, zoom out, and you zoom out to the 4 hour, to the 1 hour. If price is driving towards those areas and it's driven through a couple of range, highly likely you're going to see some kind of bounce, whether a rejection or a reaction, right? You're going to see something. It's typical. And then if you're also, like, let's say we had a closure like this on a previous candle, right? Let's say we didn't really drive through the range, right? We had a range to fill here. If we didn't close up there, this would be a great area for that bottom wick entry, understanding that this is where price bounces off to fill the range. So then we could have said, all right, bottom wick entry, write that up. But it filled the range, closed no wick, so this matters, right? All of this here matters. Reed Jackson. Wait. I don't know. They don't really care about us. They don't really care about us. The hourly's closing in 30 seconds. Javier's going to drop a signal soon. it's gonna hold it. Look at that. Last time it held here when we came down. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Oh, it closed right below last second. I don't know. Closed below the hourly, but maybe the 30 level here didn't close below there. That's too close. So a higher time frame rejection level. Three dubs with Asia today. Awesome. What you mean was a good song? Man in the Mirror is a good song. It's my shit. I haven't heard that in a long time. Yeah, there's not much I could do with this closure here. Daily flip. Yeah, the daily flipped here. So far the daily is an indecision candle, right? The daily's doji at the moment, right? It's come back into range, so it's very indecisive. It made a bottom wick, made a top wick, and it's created a range. So you're stuck in this daily range right now. Right here. Oh, whoops, sorry. Motherfucker. You fucking listen now? Oh, behave. Oh, behave. So this whole thing's a range, right? We know wicks are ranges, and right now this is a range. This is a range. If so facto, we're stuck in this range. I don't think I would trade right now until we're out of it, or until we get some closures with wicks. Yeah, chat. You know what? I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna smoke my joint. It's 10 a.m. We got 2 W's today. I mean, New York session doing its thing. The streak continues. All right. Yeah, gang. Let's call it here. Let's call it a session. No need to overtrade. No need to, look for trouble. Less time we spend on the charts, the less risk we are open to, right? The less risk we are exposed to. That's the word. So no need to, right? Just show up every day and win. Do this tomorrow again. No need to. The market right now did not set up as great as it's been the last couple of hours, right? It doesn't look as great as the last couple of hours. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be live 8 a.m. tomorrow. Make sure you drop a like and sub to the channel before you dip. Turn on your notifications so you know when we're on, and go follow the IG. Show your boy some love. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Zoom gang, as always, I will see you guys in the clubhouse. As for me, my time here is up. Spam some W's before you dip. But our session is over, and just like that, another New York session is in the books.